Spot 105.1, baby. Chris Gotti is in the building.
Yeah.
Rah, 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 rah.
Man, thank you for having me, Angie. Thank you for having me.
Chris, let me tell you something. It's always a pleasure to have you here. You know,
I appreciate that.
You know I respect.
How's the golf game?
The golf game is coming along quite nicely.
Yeah.
Then it goes into the toilet. Then it comes back.
You know, golf is the most unforgiving sport, man.
Are you golf? You
golf.
did, but
I golf,
on
but
and off.
I don't have enough time. I haven't had enough time to be consistent.
You think
enough.
I have time?
No, that's what I know is up and down.
It's an addiction, is what it is.
You know, I know people may make a joke, but if I don't lose a ball, I did incredible.
Oh, me too. If I have one ball or 18
one ball,
holes.
the whole 18.
Yes.
It's a great. I'll be under 100.
Success.
Yeah,
under 100, I'm happy. Yeah, me too.
And I'm great.
I've never, but my lowest.
In order to get better than that, we have to put time in. That's
my mid 90s is a nice, mid to low 90s is a very happy spot for me.
I came in with my glasses because I'm in Hollywood now.
I know you are. We're going to talk about that. I have on my glasses because I didn't sleep last night because I was in the street. But what's crazy is you called me and I was excited for you because you have this Tubi movie out.
Yes.
And so then we booked for you to come by today, and I didn't even realize that today is Irv's birthday.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Irv. I know he's with us here. He's here. He's going to speak for me today.
Is that what it is? What would Irv say today about you doing this Tubi movie?
He wouldn't believe that I did it. He would
Really?
be so shocked that I did.
Why would he
a
be
movie.
shocked?
Because it's a lot of work and it's a new field and it's, again, you're dealing with so many different characters.
But Irv knows you. He knows.
He knows I don't stop.
Yeah, he knows
He
that.
knows better than anybody. So
Yeah.
he'd be super proud of me. It's funny you mention that because my sister Angie, not my sister you, but my other sister Angie, said to me she had a dream yesterday, and the dream was it was at a movie premiere, and I'm showing my movie, and I'm on the stage talking, and Irv comes up and gives me a big hug, and she said it was so vivid and real. She was like, she woke up like he's still here, like started crying and the whole thing, you know. So
God bless. How's the family doing? How is?
You know, the best you could do is one day at a time. Irv is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know what better way to say it. It's like, and he was dedicated to the family. So
yeah, such a family.
For him not to be around at such a young age, 54, no one could even figure out how that's real.
Yeah.
I still don't. If I told you, I know I put a post up today with Irv. I haven't written since he passed.
What do you mean?
The words you read from on my post is, I have a ghostwriter, Ty. She's out in Vegas.
And she writes your post? Why is that?
Because I haven't had the words to say. And she'll write, I'll give it a concept and she'll put it together because I haven't been able to form the words to actually do it. When at the funeral, I freestyled, right?
Yeah.
It was different. But I haven't been able to put the words because I still don't really believe he's not with me, like physically.
Yeah.
I know he's here, like I said. I know he's here, but I can't believe he's not.
Grief is an interesting thing too, because when it first happens, everybody calls, they check on you, they check on the family. You're making arrangements. You,
Yes.
Chris, oh my God, you took care of everybody.
Yes.
You made such a beautiful service for your brother, and you wrangled the family and held the family up in such a way.
You know, I've been since my dad passed. I've been, even while Irv was here, I'm him for the family. And it's funny that you mention that because you're not the first. Jay-Z was the first. Shout out Hov, man. And he said it was amazing to watch. Exactly what you're just saying, how I greeted everyone and dealt with everyone and the family and the words that I spoke. And again, I didn't know what I was going to say. I just spoke. And I was mad. If you remember, I said I was mad because they said I got 2 minutes.
Yeah, they tried to narrow everybody's time.
What do I got 2 minutes to talk about my brother? I can't do it.
No,
you know. But at the end of the day, I managed to do the best I could. But I still haven't been able to put the actual words from my brain, my heart, on the pen and paper to say all the things I want to say. So she's been doing an incredible job because, like I said, I co-sign it after she does it. I give her some of the ideas and she puts it together. And everyone thinks it's my words and she does a great job, but it's really her. I got to give her, that's why I had to give her a shout out for that.
It gives me chills that it's his birthday today. And
It
we're
is
sitting
his
here
birthday.
talking. I know, it's just like,
He'd have been 55 today. You know, yeah, the double nickel.
You know,
Man.
in my post, I was like, every time when I think of him, he's always yelling at me, Edge, like just loud. All
Yeah.
this, so that's how I hear his voice. I can literally hear it today. It's
Yeah, and thank you
amazing.
again for your words. You know, everything is amazing.
I mean, you know, I was just happy to be there and be in the presence of your family. Is, by the way, you got an amazing family.
You know, everyone, when they talk about my family, I love it because I tell everyone we didn't have anything growing up. We had love. That's it. I was blessed with mom and dad. Most people are not.
Yeah.
You know, in our culture, we just don't, they're separated or not. Mom and dad stuck it out. Poppy stuck it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him a question one year when we're grown. You know, I'm a man in my 40s. And I asked him, I said, why did you stay? Most of the men in his era left, 8 kids, no money. Bye. I'm going over here.
Yeah.
And I just asked, why did you stay? Like, and it was Christmas, right before Christmas time. And he said, I could never do that to you guys or your mother. And I said, I get it, because that's what he showed. Like, actions speak louder than words. His actions was that. He bust his ass every day for nothing, just to keep the lights on, let's say, and nothing more than that forever until we made some real money.
What a legacy, though, he leaves behind.
Yes.
Such a beautiful family.
You know, my
so
partner
much love.
De Niro says that's the best blessing you could have as a man. He keeps saying that's how he wants to pass when it's his time, with his whole family, everyone there taking care of him, and that legacy you're talking about, you know, being an incredible father, always there for you when you needed him. And again, I get emotional talking about my father, and even Irv, it's like it's so hard because they're pretty close as far as this time they left me.
I gotta imagine you making them both proud, boy. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that's what I think. I talk to them every morning.
You do?
Every morning. I curse Irv out every morning. I promise, Angie, I promise you. And why am I cursing him out is because we had so many plans. So many things unfinished business, man, like to get accomplished and do. And now I'm like, you left me here by myself to finish this up.
Aww.
You know, and I was like, I know you're watching out for me like I was watching out for you. So now you see everything. You could help me even better.
You got an angel.
Yeah. I got
For
another
sure.
one, another angel. I have a few.
It hasn't stopped your, like, I know you're still grieving and you're still in it, but it hasn't
Absolutely.
stopped your hustle or your motivation to get things done.
I made a joke outside. I said, that's the Diddy in me. Pause. No.
Oh,
you know
God.
what I'm saying?
God.
Can't stop, won't stop. Right? But you think about it, that's the mentality, and he said it, and he's the one who said it for our culture. I thought I told you we won't stop. Like, and that's the mindset we have. He verbalized it.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset I have. He verbalized it, but I have that mindset. Like, I'm not stopping. And now I have some help from above, you know, to make things happen. And that's
Pushing
what's
you
going
along.
on.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you did this this movie for Tubi out of nowhere.
Yeah.
When did you when did you shoot this, and how did you get it out so fast?
Angie, are you ready to act? Because you could be. These are the things that we have to evolve into.
Have you not? I can send you my reel
I'm taking
right
my
now.
glasses off for this.
You already know. I can send you my reel right now. We should have a conversation after this interview.
We will have one.
Because there are things to be made. There are projects to be made,
And
Chris.
I'm telling you, yes,
Yeah,
untold stories.
I agree.
I have one that's a monster for our culture, but I can't say it. I'll tell you
Don't
off
say it.
air.
We'll have
I'll
lunch.
tell you off air.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air. But there's a monster story waiting to get done. There's probably a lawyer that's trying to block it. But I'm going to get through it, because even if I change the name, everyone will know what it is.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
I have one too, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't tell
I'm
right
sure
now because
you
it's
have
too
more
soon.
than one.
Brittany and I are shooting a short at the end of this summer based on a concept
Do
that
you
we're
have a
trying to
production
develop.
company?
I do. IRL Productions.
We need to really talk.
I just directed a documentary that is having
this
some
is our
trouble
natural
getting released.
progression.
It's a
Didn't you
natural
agree?
progression for sure.
It's like, okay, we was in music. Okay, for me, I feel we was blackballed. So we got thrown out of music, in my opinion, after the trial and everything. And they didn't want to accept our music from us. That's just the facts. Universal cooperated with the government against murdering. And now we couldn't put out music because
Wow.
they wasn't supporting it.
wow.
Yeah, this is all facts. This is not me talking out my... This is just what it is. I accept all of these things. You know, I only could deal with things I control. I can't control what someone else does. So here we are. We start natural progression. I started Adventure Music, empowering independent artists, keeping them. So I'm still in music, if you understand, but it's under my control now, not a label, let's say. And I help artists own, operate, monetize their business. Next step, movies, TV, Tales with Irv. He said some crazy stuff. It gets out of BET's system for whatever reason.
Irv.
Irv being Irv.
Irv being Irv.
Irv being Irv. And then movies. He has a movie he's finished that before he passed. He has it in the can. It's called Made in America. Remember the Jay-Z song with Kanye?
Yeah, we made it in America.
Okay.
Frank Ocean.
That's just like Tales. He just made it a movie.
I got it.
Right? Tales was based on songs, and it would be an hour-long TV show. Made in America is a 2-hour, basically, movie of Made in America. What he feels hip-hop.
And it was shot?
Shot and done.
Wow.
Yeah, 5-Year-Old Foreign Hold Your Head. He's one of the characters in there.
Wow.
And, Soraya. Again, I don't remember all the names. I'm sorry.
What happens
It's
to the
not
movie
my
now?
movie, but it's in his company, Visionary Ideas, and that's Darcel and BJ, and they're working on getting it distributed and final touches. But it's all shot and done.
Wow, beautiful.
He paid for it. He made it himself, so it's his movie, and it's now just got to get set up for distribution, some type of system. Irv, in his world, he wanted a theatrical release. And that's
I know
why
he wanted that so bad.
He wanted it so bad, and that's why he didn't put it out.
Yeah.
He was waiting to get a theatrical release, and those releases are very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Hollywood still got a stronghold on those theaters.
Word.
Even though you don't see a lot of movies out.
No movies. They go
So
right
it's like,
to
why
the
wouldn't they
stream.
do it? I don't get it. But hey, whatever their reason is, their reason is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have a place like a Tubi where balling is at. And
this is your movie?
Yes, my movie, my first movie where it's like mine. I've been involved with other movies, but this one is mine. And it's not just me. I have partners. I don't want to say it like that. I have Rich Black or Dwight Walker out in Atlanta. Shout out Rich, and Andy Entrada. So ARC Films is our company. ARC is Andy, Rich, and Chris. So that's how we came up with the name for ARC. Came up with a nice little intro for the ARC film, and I love it. And next, we just went and started filming. Rich wrote the script. It's about a basketball player that thinks his wife is cheating on him and decides to hire a hitman to kill his wife.
And it's already out on Tubi.
It's out on Tubi now.
And it's
We're
doing
number
well,
one.
right?
Angie, we are number
Is
one
it
for the
number
last
one?
3 weeks.
How have I not seen this yet?
Last 3 weeks.
I'm so happy you're doing press on it now, because
Yeah.
now everybody knows. Okay.
This is really the beginning of my promo run.
Yeah.
And I'll give you why. There's a real story behind it. It's like, look, Tubi is absolutely the right partner for black film. They have over 110 million in subscribers, but it's really for our culture. That's who's the subscribers. So when you put a movie like this up, that's the culture that's going to watch it. Not saying it couldn't go to Netflix or these other places, but that's not our culture that's going to get the volume of views, if that makes sense. And I'll give Dame a plug. I keep telling everyone we need to support America New. We need to support. There's another girl named Vicky out in Philly that I partnered with called New Generation. These are distribution companies like a Tubi that you could get your movies on. We are filmmakers now that learned how to make movies at a very inefficient price point so we could get it out. Hollywood never thought we could do that. They never expected us. We give lemons, we make lemonade. They never expect that. And that's what we do every time in our culture. And here we are able to make movies with the best cameras and all this for pennies compared to what they spend. And then we get it out and it makes millions of dollars. And they're like, how did they do this? And they don't realize it's our culture. This is what we enjoy, what we make, even if it's flawed, right? And there's someone still laughing on the floor when they got shot and they're dead and it goes viral. We're gonna make it more viral. We're gonna repost it. It's like, did you see that? And force people to go watch it. And that's the birth.
Did that
of
really
Tubi.
happen?
That's how Tubi actually became as big as they are.
Oh, because somebody was doing the outtake. They caught the funny.
The movies that was on Tubi originally would be very low budget
Of
movies.
course, yeah, no, of course, I know
And
that.
it would be, again, someone might have gotten shot and they're on the floor and they're saying, is the take over yet? And they're supposed to be dead. And then that scene would go viral. And the next, boom, they're making millions of dollars and they spent $20,000, $30,000 to make the film. And Hollywood's like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go now. And
You
then,
know who I always wonder? Remember the guys who did Money and Violence?
Yes.
They did the same thing.
So guess what?
What?
Go check those guys. Irv is the first guy because when I brought it to Irv, I said, "Yo, you see these guys doing Money and Violence?" He brought it right to Jay-Z. That's how they got their original first deal.
Wow.
Irv brought them to Jay, and then Jay did
It's the same mentality. It's
exactly
like,
right.
We are
They was
creative.
getting millions of views.
We
on
have
YouTube.
stories to tell. We might not have millions of dollars, but
Right.
we'll get our stories
If
told.
we did,
with
we would make
creativity.
incredible film.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So now, again, I'm funding it. Me and Andy and Rich, we fund these movies ourselves, and we got our first one. Really, we got 2 in the can. Ballin' is already in the can and out, doing well on Tubi. Go watch it. You know, make some comments. Tell me what you like, don't like. The cast I used Lance Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a basketball movie.
Safari's in it.
Safari.
Yeah.
Incredible job. And, you know, Safari, I want to clean Safari up. I'm going to say that, too. Because he has a bad rap. He's such a good dude off screen. Everyone looks at it from Love and Hip Hop and all the chaos, and they don't realize Love and Hip Hop is acting. It's a scripted reality
Oh, it's a performance.
show.
Yeah, I don't know him off air or off TV.
No, he's a good man.
But
mean, he's
I
a
would
good
imagine
dude,
also
man.
he's like ambitious, like a hard worker, like like a hustle. You know, like
He's a super hustler.
Yeah.
He has businesses you would never believe, like insurance business. He owns a big insurance business and things like that. And again, he was on Love and Hip Hop for 10 years. He was in L.A., Miami, New York, Atlanta, all 4 places for Love and Hip Hop, which is, you don't see anyone else do that. He was one of the ones that did it, and he has a big following.
How'd he do in the movie? I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it tonight.
He's my Stephen A. Smith. So,
it.
Shout out Stephen A.
Got it.
He's the sports reporter.
Got it.
That's covering Lance.
Well casted.
Yes.
Well casted.
That has relationships with.
I'm watching this tonight.
You have to.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
And the opening part is gonna get everybody. If you just watch the beginning, you're like, wait a minute, I gotta finish this up. That's how we did it. I did something to catch everyone, you know, in the very beginning and that has to do with Safari for sure.
Okay, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody catches it on Tubi.
Yes.
And I know you have a whole bunch of other things you need. Let's get in promo mode.
We're here to sell.
Support Chris Gotti. You know, it's like,
so before we get out of the
movie?
the soundtrack, yes.
Okay.
Lance Stevenson, myself, went in the studio and I was gonna make just a record or two.
For the soundtrack.
Not a soundtrack, just a couple records to put in the movie.
Oh, because then you also get paid off. Yes, of course.
But we ended up making a soundtrack, and Lance is all over the soundtrack. I call him the Black Drake. So I brought out a part of Lance of
as
the
an
rapping
artist.
side, as an artist. I mean,
he delivers.
Absolutely, I'll put money up on it. That if you listen to the music and honestly judge it, you're gonna be like, wow, that's a really good record. Now, whether you take it and run with it or not, because you don't like Lance or you like Lance, whatever it is, that's your business.
Yeah.
I know I make quality music and I'm not gonna do it. I went in the studio. He was never in a big studio. I brought him in the Circle House, locked out that. So we was shooting the soundtrack. I mean the movie, and then come and make the soundtrack afterwards.
Amazing.
Crazy. So the soundtrack is out now, also out on Adventure Music. You know, independent. I'm just
You're
working.
good, you.
You
know how to put it all together.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know, and so, you know, with that being said, I want to just finish my cast. Trey Chaney, I'm gonna give him a shout out because his son was in a hurricane or tornado in Atlanta. I didn't know Atlanta gets tornadoes.
I had no idea.
His son was thrown over 300 feet
Oh
away.
my God.
The house was on top of Trey. Trey is from The Wire. So he's really my main actor as far as who had real acting chops. But
this was recently?
Just recently. His son just got an ICU. He's doing a lot better. He couldn't
Thank
walk.
God.
He's walking now and everything. And again, he's dealing with his own personal injuries from that, but not as bad as his son, and he's very dedicated to helping his son, and I just want to send my blessings over
God bless.
to the Chaney family. But he was one. We have Rebecca, who's also has a big following. She did great as his partner in crime as detectives. They're the detectives that break the case. You're looking at Cyber Larry.
Wait, you're in the movie too?
I have a cameo.
As you
I break
should.
the case.
When did you shoot this?
Oh man, we're over a year in almost 2 years
since
we shot it till release.
Oh, got it.
It was about a year and 7 months, 8 months before it got released.
Got it.
Me chasing down what Irv wanted, which was theatrical and things of that nature, and different bigger deals. And the reality is, it wasn't ready for that. I'll just leave it at that. It's, timing's everything.
Timing is everything.
So I got my situation with Tubi and said, let's go. We'll be on Peacock. We'll be on Amazon. We're going to be on multiple places, not just Tubi, but it's like a process. It's like one at a time. It doesn't happen like music. When I drop music, it's in every DSP imaginable. They all have to go through their own quality control, and they move at their own rate and their own pace. And I'm dealing with the process, but I'm going to get it down. I'll crack this code in a second.
I know you are. I'm watching. I'm watching.
I'm going to crack this code in a second. But and our lead actress, which was Lance's wife in the movie, is Brenda Paulino. She's just a model that I knew from a Latina Top Models. And I brought her in, and I had to teach everyone acting. I have a process for that. That's why I said, if you
how do you do that?
It's not hard, Angie. As long as you could read, you could act.
Oh my God! What do you tell them? Somebody who's never done it. It is hard.
No, it's not. It's like the booth. It's if you look, you made records. Okay, it's the same thing.
I've also been in movies.
Yes,
I did a few of my own there.
I know you got your, what is that? The IBM.
I got a report. Yeah, I got a few joints.
You're there.
Honestly, my first.
IMDb.
The first movies that I ever was in it's from the same mentality. It was Dame. It was Dame putting me in Paper Soldiers and State Property 2. And when he was like, we're going to do it our way, with our budgets and our ideas,
Dame was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time.
Credit, and it's sad.
And the other one, Paid in Full.
Yes.
I had a small little role in that one. I know. So those were the first ones I did. And then I went into like Brown Sugar and a couple other ones like that. But it was Dame who put me in, was like, you can act. Go ahead. I was like, I can.
Okay, so there it is.
Okay.
He proved it.
Yeah.
Again, it's just, if you're not embarrassed about being in front of a camera and you could do that part and you could read, you could act. And
I don't know that I agree with that, but okay.
It's a process. So what I did was I did Zoom calls. Okay, because I'm spending my money in production, so I don't want to waste money, meaning it bring you to go shoot and you're not ready to shoot, you don't know your lines. So I did Zooms and had my characters, and we went over every scene, every part of the movie. And I wouldn't go into production until I said, you're ready. And I had an acting coach for each actor that's in the movie to help them with their lines. And like Trey was the pro. He comes in, he's ready. He understood his role, the whole thing. The rest
needed a little coaching. Yeah.
Needed a lot of coaching. Yeah. And it took me 17 days to shoot the entire film.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I could have did it faster, but my director had to leave to shoot Mary J. Blige. Shout out, Mary. But don't worry, you cost me a few dollars, but it's okay.
Who directed it?
Ever Beaumont.
Oh, okay.
And I hope I said his last name right. But he had a project to do with Mary, and he said, I have to leave. So I had to stop, keep everyone there in Miami. I shot in Miami, which is hotels and everything. So it cost me a few extra bucks, but he came back and we finished. But, he was an amazing director. Again, he did incredible for his first time. I gave him an opportunity. I like empowering people with a chance to do things. But once you did the Zoom, it took me 2 months to do the Zooms, to teach them how to act, but only 17 days to actually shoot the film.
Smart.
Yeah. And that saved me a ton of money, time, everything. But they all got it, and then once they got it, I was like, all right, let's set production days.
All right, Chris, I'm invested. I'm sold. I'm gonna watch the movie.
Please.
It's on Tubi.
Yes.
It's called Ballin'.
Ballin'.
Nice and easy to remember.
You will not forget. You will not forget. Soundtrack is out.
Soundtrack is out.
And the last thing I want to really get to is my Clash Pro Basketball
There
League.
it is.
Oh, man. I know we talked last time about it.
For sure.
The last season was incredible. I got Michael Strahan talking about doing the reality show in his company, Smack. Shout out, Mike. Let's finish that out. I'm using influences. I changed, again, when you are an entrepreneur and in business, you have a blueprint. You say, this is what I'm going to do and this is how it's going to look. But when you get to it, it's like this. It's not that clean. We all know this as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So I reevaluated the situation, and as an owner of the league, I have to sell teams. Instead of selling the teams, I went influencer-based. Robin from Ballin' Alert will have a team in the league this year.
Wow.
Shout out Robin and Ballin' Alert. French Montana, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, Jada Kiss, SSE Fat Boy, and Shiggy. And then I have a couple spots left open because I'm trying to close either Chris Brown, yo CB, man. If you hear this, you call me, man. Chris Brown or J. Cole, either one. I would also entertain Wallow and
Gilly.
Yeah, because he's a player.
Yeah,
he might want to play and own the team that he's playing for. They don't put up no money. We pay for everything. We pay for the players, everything, the gym, the whole thing. So all salaries are paid from us. All they have to do is promote.
That's brilliant.
And then once I get New York off the ground and show everyone I'm going into Baltimore, Atlanta, Chicago, for leagues, not teams.
Yeah.
So a full league in each one of those states or cities. And it's all able to be done because of supply and demand. We just seen the draft last night. It's only 62 college players and some overseas players that could be drafted. 64, sorry. That could be drafted in the NBA.
And then everybody else needs somewhere to go.
Where's everyone else going?
Yeah.
Even if you go overseas. See, I have a lot of history because I have a sports management business, and I've had tons of NBA players that I was in business with from a sports management or co-agent with. So I understand the business side of that basketball and the agent, and you only get a couple jobs internationally per team for American players, so it's still a very scarce amount versus how much is here.
Amazing players out there.
So we have so many players, and then think of some of the players that might have had a baby and couldn't keep playing, or
whatever,
got in trouble,
got hurt,
had to get a job. All of these things happen in your home, in your family life, and everything that might have taken place that kind of changes your course of, your life as far as a basketball player.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you an opportunity to come get paid.
How do people find out? Where do they go to get info?
Clash. Oh my goodness, it's Clash Clash Basketball on Instagram. Sorry, Clash Basketball on Instagram and all social media platforms. If you was to DM there, you'll get a response right away. We have people that handle that all day, every day.
Love that.
Yeah, we'll be doing the combine in September. So if you're a player, you got to be entered in the combine to have the opportunity to get picked by coaches. I've eliminated agents. So in the music business, a lawyer is like your agent in the sports world, right? And lawyers, if you didn't get the right lawyer, you may not have got the best deal, because the best lawyers have the best relationships already inside of the labels. And it's just a barter system, basically. Same thing goes for agents and all the GMs that's around. So I said, if I'm really trying to empower these players that didn't get an opportunity,
take the middleman
initiative, DM those coaches, show them their highlights, get in touch with them. They're very accessible. Summer leagues just started. They're in every park in the city. Pull up on them. Talk to them. See, I'm an eat what you kill guy, so I don't like when people sit back and want someone else to do the work they could do. So I take away the agent. Now, if you want to play and you want to get paid to play, go get it. Go get it.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, too much going on with you.
Not
as
too much.
Usual.
Just enough. Just enough.
Just enough. I'm glad you're in good spirits, baby. It's always good to see you. Congrats
Angie,
on everything.
Thank you so much, man.
My house is your house. Happy birthday to Irv.
Happy birthday, Irv.
We miss you, Gotti. We miss you, Gotti.
Yeah.
Chris Gotti in the building, everybody.
Yes.
Spot 105.1.
Ballin'.